The chaotic, bloody aftermath of a devastating pair of attacks. The bombers blew themselves up at two busy mosques in the middle of Friday prayers. Desperate worshippers carried the dead and the wounded away from the scene. In a country racked by violence, this feels like a new low. Yemen is a country plunging further and further into sectarian violence. The north of the country, including the capital Sanaa, is controlled by Shiite Houthi militias. They're backed by Iran. The president they ousted, Abd Rabbu Mansour Hadi, has fled to the south, to Aden. The country is also home to Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula, which has launched numerous terrorist attacks at home and abroad. But Al-Qaeda says this was not their doing. Instead, a group claiming to be a branch of its Sunni rival Islamic State says it carried out the bombings. It's promised a flood of further attacks against Houthis. If confirmed, it could point to Islamic State's growing regional influence in a week in which Tunisia was caught up too.
If it does indeed prove to be IS, this is a very worrying development, because what they've done, what these attacks have done rather, is really insert a whole new level of sectarian violence in Yemen. You've had, attacks by Al-Qaeda on the Arabian Peninsula against Houthi targets, but they've always been more political targets.
The bombings in Sanaa came as violence continued in Aden. Yesterday, troops loyal to President Hadi clashed with rebels around the city's airport. At one point, his own compound was bombed. There were further attacks from the air today. Back in the capital, shock and rage at today's bombings, and a sense that another layer has just been added to Yemen's complex agony. Paul Adams, BBC News.